everyone. Welcome once again to another episode of Truth Be Told. I'm your girl, Steph.
And it's your girl, Mills, baby.
How you doing, boo?
I'm doing good. Very excited. It's St. Martin's Day weekend.
And we have a very, very special guest.
Yes, we do. Our second guest, right?
Our second one. I know, right? Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us, I think everybody should know who
Everybody
full
does.
face is by now. But we're going to still do the proper thing and give her her grace.
Yes,
give
her
flowers.
introduction, yes.
It's Kenty, our brand marketing awarded
blogger,
There's a whole list now.
entrepreneur,
we're gonna
you know.
We're going to keep it short.
Well,
Great human being.
Thank you.
Amazing, kind heart, you know, adding to the little extra, baby. Fashionista, as you can see.
Oh, yeah. I forget that.
Boy, loving the look, by the way. Very St. Martin.
Max, Cardinal Cultural Wear.
Beautiful.
Welcome, my love. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm excellent. Thank you, ladies, for having me be part of your podcast. I'm honored that I'm actually the second guest to be in this midst. And I'm looking forward to just a very truthful conversation.
Oh, yes, that's what we do here.
We don't hold back.
We shouldn't have to. It's 2025.
Agreed.
Like it sometimes, but it's okay. They get
Okay. That means that you're saying something that makes sense.
Exactly.
That's what we say.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have a very special episode this week. It's St. Martin's Day, like Maarten said. We're celebrating us, our 37 square miles. We representing. So I think that Kenty is one of the best and perfect person to have here
Yeah.
to represent us as our local entrepreneur, being in the mix of a little bit of everything, because she is literally in the mix of everything that's happening on this island. Like you say Kenty name in any room you walk in, somebody must know. Oh yeah, she can do it. Point blank period.
Thank you.
So Kenty, thank you again for being here. Glad to have you. We're gonna have a little talk. Mills.
Thank you so much for pulling up. Truly, truly appreciate you. All right, so we're diving into it.
Yeah, straight.
All right, so seeing that we're celebrating St. Martin, a typical question would be, you know, as much as we love being from St. Martin, we have our St. Martin pride. It's a Caribbean thing in general. Like, we're very prideful for where we come from.
As it should be.
As we should, because of the resilience, right? We have a lot that's tried to keep us down, but yet we rise no matter what. So what does it mean to you to come from St. Martin? I know for me, it gives me a little... I'm from St. Martin.
A little pizzazz.
Yes, a little, you know, it means we season in, we good.
And, well, I think coming from St. Martin, whether you made that your home, you was born here, or you've learned to love St. Martin as your country, for me, growing up, St. Martin was fun. St. Martin was family. St. Martin was playing outside with the neighbors. St. Martin was also sometimes getting your backside cut by the neighbor. Because you didn't listen and you know the village was on watch. Your mom was not there for that minute, or your parents were working and you was never really alone.
Yeah.
So growing up in St. Martin in the 80s, 90s, it was a very different dynamic than what we see here today, what we have here today. And not necessarily only St. Martin, I think, is globally. There has been a shift as to what childhood and that pure innocence. Just before that, we were talking about cartoon, and I mentioned to you that the cartoons that I looked at are the ones that give me nostalgia, you know, so Looney Tunes and, you know, Captain Planet and Gem and, you know, those type of things, because they bring me back to an era of childhood that was so pure and innocent. And growing up in St. Martin was about a village. It was a sense of people taking care of each other. Oftentimes we see that when adversity hits us. So after Lewis, we saw that strongly. After Irma, we saw that strongly. After the pandemic, we saw that strongly. Definitely. So unfortunately, we have to be at that point for us to go back to what St. Martin really represents for us. At least that's what I remember, you know. The neighbor didn't see you in 2 days, you got knocked, hey, I see you. Yeah. You okay? You're good. That time we had no phones. Now we do it on WhatsApp. But sometimes the neighbor will walk down the road and say, knock on your door, hey, I see you. You know, the customer see you throwing away the garbage every day, 5 o'clock in the morning. You come out, let me go check, see what happened to so-and-so. And that feeling of caring and nurturing and looking out for each other is something that I grew up with very strongly. And unfortunately, I think we have lost the essence of
I
that.
was just gonna say that. I'm listening to you talk.
Yeah.
Like me and my era right now.
You don't have. I think we have that for each. Like if you're with your friends,
Correct.
like you check in on your friends, and even that sometimes I feel like we drop the ball on that because life just be
Life. And it shouldn't be an excuse because we all make things for the things that we think are important for us, right?
Yeah.
So I am trying also to be more intentional about my time, who I spend it with, what I spend it doing.
Yeah.
When I clock off, being an entrepreneur is a 24/7 job.
Yeah.
You leave corporate thinking, hey, I'm going to clock out at 5.
Harder.
It's actually harder because sometimes I work at any day 15 to 18 hours a day.
Yep.
You know,
ask if you
It's
clock
got
off. I don't know you to ever clock
technic-
off.
I feel like it's impossible. I feel like it's not our fault, but it's really hard too. Because even if you clock off and something happens that's a network ability or something like that, you tap in. Like, like you tap in. You don't just be like,
Yeah.
You're never really off, but I think that also comes again with the demands that society has placed. Look, our role as women has also changed. We have become more the providers. We have become more the decision makers. We have more executive roles. We manage more. You manage a household, you manage your business, you manage your finances, so there's a lot of managerial aspects in our day-to-day lives that we not that we take for granted, but we do it so much that it has become part of our being,
Of who we are.
right?
which is not okay because I think that's why we're becoming a little burnt out.
We are burnt.
Yeah, I feel
absolutely.
like that's literally the reason. It's so normal and we feel like this is what we should be doing, and if we get it, then we should be grateful.
And
so we definitely should.
What happens is when we burn out like that, it affects our original role, what we're supposed to be doing.
Correct.
Or what we grow up to know to be, like to do as a woman. So like we taking so much other leads and other stuff that is like, okay, so at home, being a wife, being a mother, like being taking care of the household, these things sometimes take a little back burner because you keep on going 18 hours a day doing all the other stuff. So when you reach home, it's like you barely have the energy to put in at home.
Or to speak to your partner, husband, deal with your children because your memory chip is full. It's a capacity. You can't take anything else.
The mental load is loaded.
Mental load is, and that's where the mental health comes in. That's where your well-being comes in. That's where your high functioning depression comes in.
Yeah.
Because you're so used to just functioning, and people are also so used of seeing you functioning in that capacity. I went to a party 2 days ago, and I was really, really good to just be Kenty. I didn't have to work the room. I didn't have to network. I didn't have to stand up and even meet the artist. I didn't want to. I didn't even want to take a picture with the artist. You know why? Because that meant that I had to coordinate a moment.
Yeah.
I had to take off my phone. I had to have the right pose. And then, you want to have the right lighting. And then you want to make a post about it. I didn't want to do none of that. I just danced. I switched my shoes. I went in heels. And somewhere after dinner, I switched to flats. And I danced. That's what we did. We danced the whole night. I didn't have to connect. I didn't have to work. I didn't have to pass on a business card. Nobody cared. Nobody was there for that. Yes. Right? It was such a incredible feeling that we have lost, actually.
That's so unfair to you, though.
Yes.
I want to hug you for that. I don't think that's fair. I want to hug. I want to hug myself. I want to hug us.
But
that's unfair. Yeah.
So when was the last time that you went to an event and just you were?
Mm-hmm.
You were. You can't because you always have to be in function. It's like a role. It's a constant role that you go to sleep with.
I know you from and if you can't just be like, I don't want to deal with this right now. You have to.
There's an expectation.
Hence, thank you. Thank you so much.
There is an expectation. There's a certain level of expectation as well. And while people, because we come from a country where we have an island, we have a social media platform where people are lurkers, and they don't necessarily might engage with you online. But when they see you on the road, they say, Emil's great job. Yeah. I've been following. I saw what you do. Hey, Steph. Yeah. So that's our people. They won't tell you. But the minute, when I had a radio show and I came offline, because again, it was one of those things that became taxing to my mental being, and I was like, I need to pick a decision, right? And if it's not giving me joy, money, or peace,
What's the point?
then what are we doing?
Yep.
So while it was fun and good and it lasted, at a certain point I had to make a decision. I said, well, you know what, this is what I'm gonna let go. Well, 2 weeks after, I met someone in a grocery store. It was like, hey, I haven't heard it for 2 weeks, and I'm like, well, it would have been nice if you had told me that before, because then
But I changed my mind.
yeah,
I know somebody listening.
we don't have the system to check our ratings or anything like that. So we don't even know the impact that we are actually being and doing out there. And I think there's so many young professionals, not only women and men, that are doing amazing things behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, at the side of the scenes for Maarten, to take Maarten to a global stage. And we just don't recognize it enough. We have to go out there, right? I was awarded, yes, I'm internationally awarded. I wasn't awarded by Maarten. I was awarded all the way in Philadelphia. How does that happen? I don't even live in Philadelphia. Yeah. Right? So oftentimes we pass our people straight, and we have to wait until recognition comes from somewhere else to say
for it to be valid. Yeah.
That's ours. She's ours. Or she belonged to us. So she to us after she make it. And that's one of the reasons that we also have to be conscious about and real. As I said, Maarten.
I often wondered, how does a person, like you say, how does a person who didn't get the recognition, when they finally do blow up, like for instance, Oswald, a lot of people don't understand Oswald's stance when it comes
his
to
journey.
And people used to be like, but why he don't do the same? Why he don't? Because it's the truth. When he was here killing himself, nothing happened. There was
trying to get paid.
Could not get through. But once he got big on an international stage, now all of a sudden you want to recognize me. Just like when he was for the Best of the Daily Herald, he was like, get me out of this. Because when I was there killing myself, it did not matter. And now you want to use me now because of this and this. I understand things like that wholeheartedly. I would do the exact same thing. I'm not gonna lie, because it's really, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. It's like, how dare you? And it's not only here. Young brother, she said, take it easy. Yeah. He does light up his government and his high school, because I believe his high school put out a statement, and he was like, Mr. Davis said that I would be dead on the street. Like, he came out and he was with like, names. This is, with names. Yeah. He was like, this person said I would be this and that. And he was like, I ain't dealing. And a lot of people don't understand his anger towards his own place, but it's because you don't care. Yeah. Now that I'm big, you care. Yeah, you want to own me. But when I was there, you say I would be dead on the street. Like, hello.
That's crazy.
How is that for uplifting? Right?
Crazy.
And I think as young, and this is something because we have children, those of us that have children, the power of the tongue is so powerful. Right? So it's what we...
And we underestimate that a lot.
What we say and what we manifest with our words oftentimes plays a role in what that child is going to turn out to be. And those are the demons, and those are the traumatic experience, and those are the things that they fight as an adult growing up. Yeah. And at a certain point, it's going to resurface, because another taboo is that, we don't believe in therapy, and we don't believe in speaking to someone, and we don't believe in, as a friend, I don't need to speak to you because you're not going to be objective. Exactly. So I need to get someone that is neutral and outside of the situation. Because if I go to you and say, Mills, I have this situation, you're going to pick for my circle, you're my friend. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're not going to say, Kenty, you was wrong.
And you know, and the thing is, I don't feel like we end it with go to therapy. Correct. I feel like my favorite ending is go to therapy. I like to send you right there, Cahill. Like I'm an advocate. Yes, like I'm very, especially if you're just coming to me over and over about the situation. I'm like, baby,
I can listen, but
therapy.
I'm not equipped.
Exactly. You need to go and fix it for real. Like, I can't fix it for you.
Yeah, but those are some truths that friends don't like to hear neither. Because, that you have those type of friends as well. So, Maarten is my heart, is a beautiful place. I wouldn't change it for anything, with the good, the bad, and the ugly.
A few little things.
There's some things that we could change, and there's some things that we could improve, and there's a lot of things that we would want to see different. But changes start with us. And we, each of us in our community, I think, have the responsibility to be part of that change. Right? Maarten is a place where, as an entrepreneur, It's a daily battle. Right? You battle everything. From the time you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and you pick up that phone, you ask yourself, what is going to be the challenge of the day that I will have to fix or I will have to battle? You know, from understanding your taxes to understanding your obligations to being able to get paid online. That is a beast of its own, right? I know entrepreneurs that have not been able to do drop shipping. I have entrepreneurs that they have a product and they have to ship it out. They have to pay so much money through DHL because we don't have the facility. We just don't have the system. The systems are not set up for us to thrive as an entrepreneur. And when I say that, a lot of people get in their feelings. But the reality is, if you're not walking those shoes,
you don't know.
Right? If you have your regular 9 to 5, where you do your 9 to 5 and you get up and you grab your bag, hey, boss, see you tomorrow morning, then you cannot understand what I'm going through. You cannot understand my battle. And that is fine, because there's nothing wrong with your 9 to 5. If that is what makes you happy, and that is how you feel that you contribute to this world, by all means. But if you are an entrepreneur and you want to give more and you want to mean more and you want to leave a legacy behind, not even for your children, because these days you know that you're doing your business until you can, because you don't know if your children are going to take it up from you.
Exactly. And you can't force them.
You can't force them either. Who is saying that my kid is going to pick up communications or marketing or say, I'm going to continue with Be Your Own Brand after my mom retires? I have no guarantee about that.
Yeah.
When he goes and he makes his own life, and we can't control that. So you have to control the things that you can at the moment as an entrepreneur. And the challenges of being situated in this geographical part of the world.
Yeah, that
for lack of better words.
Being a global awarded, like you said just now, Maarten bypass you. Like, you literally just bypass your home and then you got awarded all the way in Philadelphia. What was that journey like for you? Like, the day-to-day struggle, because I know, like you just said, there is struggle for you to put yourself and put St. Maarten on the map to actually get you all the way Philadelphia to get awarded, when right here we don't do it for you. So what is that journey like for you?
So when I started to blog in 2016, it was a new phenomenon for this market, right? Blogging had already existed. But people didn't know what it was about. We were not really that interested. Media was not really that important to us. We had our social media platforms, and that was cute. We posted to be cute and to have memories and, to apply those filters and do all of that stuff. But we wasn't thinking of it as a business. Now, initially when I started that, I also wasn't thinking of it as a business. I have to be honest. Eventually, as I learned and I understood the industry, because it took a lot for me to understand it, do research, speak with other bloggers at that time. There was another blogger from St. Maarten that was also doing his thing outside of St. Maarten, right? And he had a session. He had a session in Simpson Bay, and I will never forget. Ife invited me. Ife said, you have to go to this session because I know you want to do this blogging thing, and he might be able to, guide you or give you some points. And I was ready. I had a domain. I was paying hosting for months already. I had content, and I was just afraid to go live. It was in 2016. So I was like, okay, let me go to this session, right? What do I have to lose? Gone to the session, and I explained him exactly that. I said, Leslie, I have a domain. I've been paying for hosting. I have content. He was like, but what are you waiting to go live then? I said, because I want to premiere. I want to invite people out, and I experience, and I want to reveal the website. And he was like, for who? It's an online platform. What are we doing?
Yeah.
What? Who? For what? You just need to go live. You have it already. What are we waiting on? But we have a fear of rejection.
Yeah.
Culturally, right? And I think that's Caribbean. Culturally, we have a fear of rejection. And that day, after I went home in the evening, I remember I did my hair because I had an event and I was late. So I did bantu knots. I wrapped up my hair all wet, and I took a selfie. Back days, I think, I can't remember, it was one of those phones that was trending at the time. And I took a selfie, and that was my first picture for my first blog. I remember it like now, because I went live that day. Because after he was like, what are we waiting on? And I was like, the perfect moment. But if we as entrepreneurs, if we keep waiting for the perfect moment, you're never going to take off. You're never going to start your business. You're never going to sell that first item. You're never going to have that first interview. So in my journey, what I had to do was really reach out, take off that fear that fair cape that we have. And I had to reach out. I had to do cold calling. For those of you that don't know what cold calling is randomly reaching out to people that have never heard of you, of St. Martin, of your business, that you even exist. Sending an email and saying, hey, my name is Kenty Lichtenberg and I do blah, 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 blah. And I have a new blog. And would you like to be part of my blog? Wow. Would you like to run a piece on my blog? I didn't have no audience at the time, ladies. I had no audience. Literally, I was learning as I was going. But I reached out to so many magazines. I was able to collaborate. That's how I got on the Huffington Post UK. I sent out an email to the editor and I say, hey, I'm based in St. Martin. I would love to write a piece for you. What can we do? He was so impressed by the fact that he was like, I've never heard of St. Martin.
Damn.
Yeah. People think St. Martin is Jamaica. I don't know what that's about, but yeah.
I did my first post for them was about body positivity, and it was in the summer, and I remember that my picture was I had on this black bathing suit. And my hair was purple, and I was like, wow, what if I did not send him an email? I saw it online. They were looking for, freelancers to write. And I was like, what do I have to lose? Like, who's going to know that he tell me no? Besides me and he.
Yeah,
yep.
That's true.
So that fear of rejection oftentimes keep us back from our real journey, right? I have a background in tourism and leisure. That's what I actually studied.
I feel like Kenty trying to shout at me, but okay.
Have I ever worked in tourism? And no, I haven't. That was not my path.
That's okay.
That was not my journey, and that's fine. I learned that by taking risk and by doing all of those cold calling. That's how I connected with so many amazing women. Editors of magazines, people that have blogging interviews. I was interviewed with people in Puerto Rico, in the States, in the UK, Australia, India. Like, there's so many women that I was able to connect because I was not afraid of their rejection. And coming from St. Martin, coming from Caribbean islands, small little places like us, we oftentimes think we cannot be seen. But you have to put in the work. You have to do your research.
Yeah.
You have to put in your work. If you really want to take St. Martin to the global map and you want us to be recognized on global stages, you also have to put in the work. It is a dedication. It is a commitment. It's not an overnight. This is a pressure cooker. This is what we call pressure cooker moments, right? Where you put something to cook on a cold pot and it's there pressuring and you're nurturing it and you wait until that moment is right and you unlock that pot and then everything is seasoned. Everything is how it's supposed to be.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. And every entrepreneur's journey is different because it's an individual journey.
Yeah.
Yes.
We cannot compare it to each other, even in the same industry. You're in media, you're in communications, you're in marketing, you're in hosting. We do similar things, but we all have different strengths.
Yeah.
Our clients gauge to us for different reasons, right? Our audience listen to us for different reasons. My thing has always been a little bit of edutainment, empowerment, and a lot of motivation. Why? Because growing up as a plus size, also in the 90s, was something that my mom had to work very diligently on. She had to
make sure
that I was able to access my body. So she was instrumental in building the confidence that when people say, yeah, you have all the confidence in the world. Yeah, my mom worked hard on that. It wasn't an overnight something. Yeah. I had to understand that this was the body that I got. And this was the body that I had to learn to love.
And you grew up in the...
I grew up in the
Spice Girls. Yeah. No, but not the cube, the era where... Skinny. You didn't just have to be skinny. You had to be skinny.
You had to be skinny. The 80s and 90s. I come from Latin background where I don't fit the profile.
Yeah. No, with the hair for Afro Latina and everything.
So I have all of that stigma that I had to grow up knowing, and also really and truly holding on to my own personal identity, because within the 3 different cultures that I was raised, St. Martin, Latin, Curacao, I have a little bit of everyone in me. So when I'm in Curacao, I could understand that culture because my dad ensured that he passed on his part of the culture to me.
To you.
When I'm in the DR, I'm that's what I am, because I also understand what it is to be a Dominicana. When I'm in St. Martin, I'm a St. Martina.
Yeah.
You understand? So culturally, yes, there's a lot of, and all of those aspects, don't get me wrong, all of those cultural aspects actually made me the strong person that I am today. It facilitates conversations with people globally, because when you are trilingual, speak three, four languages, that opens up doors for you. And that's something that we take for granted. When you speak with the average person outside of the island, especially the Dutch Kingdom, they would be amazed that we could speak 4 or 5 languages and our kids speak 3 by the age of 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like,
And we
how?
find
I'm
that
like,
normal.
because
normal.
very.
That's where we grew up into. But for the other people that have to take classes, right? There are people that have to take classes to learn English, to speak French, to speak Papiamento, to understand Spanish, right? So we take that for granted, and that is such a powerful tool. My mom was very, I don't want to say she was very forceful, but she stood her ground.
Yeah.
Not forceful. Your mom was strong. And
Yes.
the thing is, raising kids, I don't know about just everywhere, but raising kids in the Caribbean,
It's a whole ballgame.
you have to hold, I call it, we're horses, basically. Wild horses.
How
And
famous.
and our mothers literally have to have that rope holding us, because when I tell you we want to gallop and we want to do, and our mother is like, baby, just for safety, I know you
You're not
want
ready.
to, yes, but when you are ready,
They let it go.
they let it go.
They let it go.
But they hold on, and I love a Caribbean mother for that. Like, it don't matter how much we kicking up, screaming, we mad.
Yeah, because
I don't
we mad
like
at the
you.
moment, but later on in life, we realize that,
Oh
okay,
my,
I see
this
why.
the hell out of us
We
now.
having Haitian background is like, listen, Haitian parents, Haitian mothers, the way they hold you, Kenty, it's on a whole different level.
Their
There's
mother
no
was
way to
enemies
compare,
growing up.
but
Pure enemy. It was not good. It was really, she could tell, like, it was bad. Like, to the point that when I got into adulthood, I remember breaking down like a baby. Like, I went on my knees and I hugged my mom. Like, I don't know what it was happening that day, but for some odd reason, I understood everything, and I just watched myself just be a demon to my mother. Like, you remember.
Yes.
And it just made me feel
rebellious, yeah.
it made me feel so bad. I was like, I don't even know how. And it was just a random call at night. She was like, are you okay?
Yeah,
I'm like,
what is
I'm
happening?
so sorry.
especially now that you're a mother yourself, so you understand it now.
It's different. And I think every childhood is different for everyone.
Yeah.
Their household dynamics are also different. But my mom was very instrumental in me becoming the person that I am today in terms of strength, your moral compass, your ethics, your values.
They're a huge part of who we are.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
a huge part of who you
like,
are.
you watch the resilience, is like, you're really amazing. Like, when you think about it, it's like, you're really, really like a super powerful person. Like, you're dope. You did everything.
My mom studied Dutch with me when I had exams. My mom don't speak Dutch.
See?
My mom cannot speak Dutch.
You
but
see?
she would spell out that word in Spanish, and I would say to her, like, that sounds correct. This is a word. You have it correct.
Yeah.
Right? And my mom don't speak Dutch.
Yeah.
It was always that extra, seeing her going the extra mile for her children in an environment that was not hers, because she's not from here. She migrated here, and then, she brought her family and my immediate family, all, they were based here in the 70s.
Everybody got a sense, basically, unless you are originally from here, everyone has
generations go back.
Everyone has the same story.
Kind of like dynamic. So for me, growing up in St. Maarten, 80s, 90s, I think it was some of the best years of my life. For me, I don't.
Mine's too high.
So I don't know. And actually, it's a little tragic that my kids will not be able to experience St. Maarten. That's what it is. They will never. And turning into an entrepreneur, a mom, and all of these things, all of these hats that you wear, knowing where you're rooted. Because I think that is some of the things that are very important as well as an entrepreneur, is where you're rooted. Where are your roots, and where is that going to take you? So the part of being fearful, the part of having rejection, the part of being skeptical, the part of starting over. How many times don't you go through your business model and you say, this is not working? I need to take it out.
Yep.
Go back to the drawing board. Yesterday, I had a conversation with my partner. I said, do you think we should bring back Frenzy Head Wrap? He was like, no, babe, that ship has sailed. Yeah, I was like, wow, just so. There was a lady. I was like, you didn't even like, you just hit it to me straight. No, no, babe, that ship has sailed. And sometimes because the last one that we did was not as successful as the first one, and I don't know if I want to put energy into something that is a gamble.
Yeah.
It might be trending again. It might come up and trend again.
And
but that's the thing.
That is the thing.
Yeah.
It's the trends, it's the hype, and coming from a service industry, which is our background, we don't sell tangible product. We are the product.
Yeah.
The product is us.
Yep.
Yeah. And that
Right?
makes it really
And that
hard.
makes it really hard because I don't have a T-shirt that I could show you. Hey, feel this fabric. Look at this color, and it came from Madagascar, and the ink was imported. I can't tell you that. I have to sell you. Kenty is a professional. She executes. She does. She will get you results. We will evaluate. You'll get your money's worth. I have to sell myself to your company and build that trust. And trust is something that. Coming from the islands, we are not very trustful people.
No.
We don't trust easily.
No.
We don't trust easily, and that's why you could see an American could pick up all their stuff overnight and come and set up camp here.
And
I
it's
open a
not an
business.
issue. And it's not an issue. But here we have to...
Yeah.
We have to think, but I also think is us trying to understand the support from we own as well.
That is a major thing with us.
So we don't do it. We just
mention
don't. We just
We
don't.
do
I don't know
not
what about,
support
but we just
our
don't. I don't know. And the thing is, I've been told that it's not just hair.
It's Caribbean wide.
Yeah, it's no, but not only Caribbean. It's like a global thing. I don't know. Iggy Azalea, right? She's a rapper. She does not perform in Australia because she says no one comes.
Wow.
Like she literally was like, I don't perform in Australia, and I'm from there, but no one cares about me. They're like, no one comes.
crazy.
But I feel like I went to school with you, so there's no way.
That familiarity.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, we have that here.
We have
We
bad,
have
it
that
does
here,
not
like,
matter. Bad here. Like
Yeah.
it's annoying here. But because there's people, like for instance, that are doing, like you said, major things.
Movers
Like
and
major.
shakers.
Yeah, like Akeem, RuPaul Drag Race.
Yeah.
Why was that not a bigger deal here? I will never understand.
That's
But
true.
goosebumps. When I saw the introduction and I was, this is me, Akeem. I was like, Akeem, I went to school with her. I tell my mother, I tell my husband. My husband was like, wait, but he on RuPaul?
Yeah,
No, but
you
is my husband understanding because he has a certain wife who's very into these things. So he's exposed. He's exposed. He's very exposed, so he understands. He's even like a little fascinated by the transition sometimes because they really do be. I was like, maybe watch this, right? You would never guess at the end. Just wait for
who it is.
And when I saw Akeem, and Akeem not only... He wasn't just on the platform. Akeem dominated.
Yeah.
Akeem was basically first runner up.
Yes.
Like Akeem, every single
From
week,
his core,
every
he did it.
single look. Like I was like, why are we not losing our minds here
Over this.
And I even said it on Facebook. Like I even made a statement. I was like, this is ridiculous because we always talk about I from St. Maarten, we own and this and that and that. And when one of us goes out there and just spazzes, I call it, just do like amazing things, nothing.
Crickets.
Absolutely nothing. Not even an acknowledgement, not even a newspaper.
And
Like
that's the reason
nothing.
why you think I don't think Akeem would ever want to come back here and even try to put like 5% of what he learned over there and what he became over there here in Samantha.
Pass it on.
He's not gonna do it because why? He don't have that support.
Like there's none.
There's no
and Jay
acknowledgement.
Ellis.
There's nothing. So why would he come back here?
Jay Ellis is a dancer. He is on the stage with, when I tell you, heavy hitters, Tinashe, Beyonce. Like he's huge, but
Nobody knows.
nobody. And I'm like,
Well, we don't know.
That's why I say we here don't know.
We don't want to know because I mean, at the end of the day, I think building your brand and that's why I've always been so intentional about your digital footprint, right? Because you coming from an island, you need to be strategic about where you put your information that it can be accessible to the world. Because the only thing that you're going to have back is a link.
Yeah.
A video, a podcast, an interview, a radio. So you need to be able to create a platform where globally,
Yeah.
it's accessible,
Yeah.
right? And you have to put yourself to the forefront of that as well. And that is something that we as entrepreneurs don't do. Last week, 2 weeks ago, I had to do something for a client, and it involved entrepreneurs. I had to go and take some pictures of, it was an expo or like a little a flea market, and everybody had some beautiful products, some really dynamic vendors. And I almost had to fight them to take a picture.
No, I don't want to be on camera.
I mean, but who? So I said to one of them, "But who's the owner of this brand, Lovey? I mean, who's the owner of this brand?" Oh, high pitch. And she goes, "Yeah, I know." I say, "How are people going to do business with a face that they don't know?
No.
Right?
Correct.
What are you building? You have a great product. It's packaged beautifully. Your table looks amazing. Why wouldn't you want to showcase that you put that together? That is your idea. That is your baby. That is your brainchild. Why wouldn't you want to do that? I went into business coach there for free, right? I had a whole consultation and motivation at the same time because I wanted them to understand that entrepreneurship is much more than that. Because if you don't lay down those connections from the inception of your business, you are not going to be seen.
Yeah. Nope. You need to be relatable.
You need to be relatable. And people in the Caribbean, we do business with who we know.
Yes.
That's a problem.
Unfortunately,
Yes,
we
that's a
do
problem.
business with who we know. That's how you get referrals. That's how people reach out to you. And some people may say, "But you are all over the place." No, check where I am. Because you don't see me in the club. Check where I am. I'm all over the place, but where? Because everything I say is intentional. Everything I do is intentional. It has to be relatable to my brand, right? A few years ago, a brand approached me, and it was a tobacco brand, and it was good money. I mean, it was good money. I was like, "Oh, this is good money."
Tobacco.
But I struggled that part. So I said, and it wasn't only that I would need to be behind this. And my mom is a smoker. My mom has been a smoker for biggest part of her life. I've never smoked. So
she would knock you out. That's what I love about being from the Caribbean. Like, it's do as I say, not as I do.
I wouldn't dare, right? None of my sibling, my brother also
Exactly.
smoked.
Like, we wouldn't even try.
So I thought about it, and I saw the proposal, and I'm like, this is what you would make. And I went home, and I thought about it. And I told the company, I say, I'm going to get back to you, right? But in the back of my mind, I kind of like already know that it was
not happening.
It was a thin line between my moral compass and how far I'm willing to go for money.
Mm-hmm.
So while I was on my bed thinking about this project, I said, Kenty, you just go to schools, you speak to kids about motivation. You have a teenager. This would be your face would be branded to this line,
and
right?
It's killed a lot,
right?
People.
I mean, yes, alcohol is bad too, but you don't see them putting lungs on the label of a wine bottle, right?
That whole
or a liver, right? Your throat cancer, your lung cancer. It's so damaging. I said, I thought about it, and I said, this is something that I cannot. It's way too close. It's not. I just cannot, And I went back to the brand and I said, although this is a great opportunity and I'm honored that you reach out to be able to work with someone like me, I'm not the person that my brand is not aligned with your objectives. I can refer you to someone else that might be able to take on the project. And I think there was a little bit kind of like,
because money talks,
right? And for me, it was not about money. It was not about the money. It was really and truly about Kenty, the brand. Like, what do I represent? How do someone sees me? How do you see me as a mom? How do you see me as a woman? Right? How do you see me as a person? Right? With all our imperfections, because we all have it.
Yeah.
We're not going to stand up here and pretend that we don't have our faults and our flaws. Yeah. But however that may look like, you have learned to navigate the space of growth, of being ambition, of building something for yourself in and out of St. Maarten.
Yes.
Right? And someone that people could say, I'm really proud of you. Or your children could look up and say, hey, my mom is doing it. Your mom could say, hey, I'm super proud of my daughter.
Not only the people, but you.
But you as a person of yourself.
Like, you still have you.
You have you.
And I think that's the big thing that, God bless celebrities, but people who become overly famous, that's where they get depressed. They lose themselves completely. It's like, I'm doing now, but I don't even see me anymore.
Anymore.
Like
your morals compass is out the
it's
window.
gone.
Your identity as well.
Yeah, you know, it can happen for photo shoots, things like that. Maybe you have no problem being a model, but all of a sudden someone offers you $500,000 to be without a shirt, and now you there without. I feel like that moment, I just want to hug the person because I feel so bad. Like you can see the
moment is detrimental for your career, even as your person.
Yeah.
and you can see it. It's like I'm getting the money, but it's like the beginning of I'm dying. You're killing yourself. You're now becoming the walking
You're
dead,
killing
and
your identity because like,
Yeah.
you're no longer the
you.
person that you know that you are. Now you're doing things because the fame and the money, and you're done there. So what are you gonna do?
And that's
You know?
horrific.
So
I love that
I
you were
want-
able to say no.
correct.
Like you don't leave money control you. Like it's a beautiful. Listen to this message, guys.
Yes.
It's a very important message because losing your soul to get to where you want to be
Is not worth it.
detrimental. It stems back to the I rather cry in a rich house and blah 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 blah. Losing yourself to get to where you want to be, in the moment you might think, hey, it's fun. You might even celebrate that accomplishment.
Of course.
But when you
give
go
it
to
a year
see it,
later.
not even a year, a month, girl. Sometimes it's a day
It's
after,
the
the morning
day
after.
after.
Yeah, it's like, what am I?
What did I
is
just
this
do?
for? Yeah, like it's empty.
Yeah.
It gives you nothing. Baby, don't do it. You're gonna regret it. Please don't do it. Because at the end of the day, there is always a better way for you to get to where you have to get to.
Absolutely.
Your journey is your journey for a reason. God has put you on that road, and He will not put you on a road and help you and put you on some nonsense road. I promise you, this is the correct road. Okay, so just
And they're
take
gonna look
your
a little
time.
bumpy.
Yes.
It's gonna look a little bumpy because at the end, that's where you're supposed to be. So the road is going to look bumpy.
Yeah,
The
because God has a
journey-
sense of humor. Remember, He don't have TV nor TV, so it's like
ironic.
you know.
Yeah, his humor is very ironic. It's very, but I think that if you stick to your core values, and that's some of the things that I think as Caribbean people we have in us as a Maarten community, we are losing that. We are losing that for the sake of social media. We're losing that for the sake of money. We're losing that for the sake of music, status, right? Oftentimes I have that discussion with my son. What you see on social media is not real. It is a moment. It's not real.
Not real.
I promise you.
It's not
real.
And you know, it is people just look at us, but that is not what you do. Exactly. Because we do
know.
it. Exactly. And we see the effects that it's having on everyone. Baby, it is not real. Calm down. Just calm down.
We are only gonna show you what we want you to see.
Thank you.
It's not real. So
Okay.
the hype about it, it's remember, for us this is a job.
Yeah.
We are selling a product, we are selling a brand. It is a job. You don't know that, and you're going to take it and make it part of your personal life. It is not supposed to be.
No.
Please.
You understand?
No.
You cannot lose your identity. You cannot lose your morals. You cannot forget who you are just because you want a few likes and you want a few shares, or you want when you walk down the road and be like, oh, that was a girl that did this.
Yeah.
But was it really
That
worth
cannot
it?
be important. What needs to be important is how you feel inside. Do you see this lovely queen passing up thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars by not associating with something that she does not believe in? It would have eat her. Every photo shoot would have bothered you.
Yep.
Girl,
It would have tormented
my
you.
name next to that.
Yeah, it would have tormented you. You
would've
wouldn't
made
have
no
liked
sense.
it.
It
Exactly. You
would've
wouldn't enjoy the money anymore. You have to learn to live like that because that is how you end up being a happy person. I don't want unhappy people. I don't want depressed people. And it's a big reason for it is the social media thing. The big reason for it is that you associate your importance with likes. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
When you go listen, this is I don't want to sound mean or whatever, but I need you to go on TikTok and type in TikToks of persons who is past. You will see 2.3 million followers. Does it matter now?
No. They're dead.
No, Thank you. That's it. Gone. It doesn't
Matter.
matter. So please, you're incredible. You're amazing. Your journey is yours. Stick to your morals. Stick to what you believe in. Idolize people who make sense.
Yeah.
Okay? Stop idolizing people who don't make sense. And that's something that we really need to tap into, because the whole, oh my God, this and that, she has a car, dude, but she's sleeping for it. There ain't nothing that you need to admire. No offense. She got a car, yes, but she doesn't have to do way too much for that baby. Okay? You ain't got to do that. Admire what make
Create substance.
sense. Exactly.
Create substance.
You see that morals? She could walk with her head high. You see that? You see that one right there? You see that? Awarded globally. Philadelphia. Notice how she didn't have to do the most. She did the most correctly. You did the hard thing. You took the correct path. Getting it the hard way allows you, to me,
to really enjoy that moment.
Thank
That reward
You
moment.
You put work.
Exactly.
You put in the work. You know that's your sweat. That's your strength. That's your everything. In there. So that's yours.
Exactly.
You call that yours.
That's that woman
Proud
king
of it.
behavior, right? Like you know.
So,
That gives you your strength and your power, right? Wrong or right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, like
It's yours.
who could shake you? I did that. I didn't sleep with he. I didn't do this.
So
with
Kenty,
my
if
strength,
you
do that.
want
Come on.
to, I don't know, leave a message for our viewers, our young entrepreneur on the island that's
Yes.
struggling, that trying to make it, that losing the way, that scared, the fear that gets in the way. Witness, I'm one. So I'm all ears to listen to whatever encouraging words that you have for us out there.
If I have to give one word or a few words of advice to our upcoming entrepreneurs, there are many of them out there, by the way. Very talented, doing amazing things, but scared. Right? And what I would say is, even if you're scared, do it. Even if you fail, get up and do it again. Because perfection doesn't happen overnight. And for you to perfect your brand or your product, you have to make mistakes. You think Coca-Cola got it ready for a shot? I promise you, they didn't.
Nope.
I promise you, they didn't. So building a brand and building a business takes time. It takes dedication, and it takes consistency. Consistency is one of our key problems as entrepreneurs coming from this region, because we treat our business as a hobby and not as a business. So when you change that mindset and think, oh, today I could maybe make some money on my business, that's going to be the mindset.
Yeah.
The mindset should be, I'm going to make 10% more money than I did yesterday based on XYZ. What's your strategy? Who are the people that you're surrounding yourself with?
Yeah.
Don't follow the flock. Follow the leaders. Follow the people that are doing something. Follow the people that are sharing a substance within your community. Find a mentor. Find a mentor. Reach out to someone that can teach you and talk about your journey. Right? There's a lot of factors about being an entrepreneur. It's not an easy road. Don't leave nobody fool you into that. It's not.
She just
Right?
make it look easy, but it's not easy.
It's not, we are the ones that our household will be collapsing. You have something dramatic going on, and we still have to sit down here and have this interview. You still have to go to work. You still have to do the media thing. And people wouldn't know that your entire world is in the back crumbling, right? A couple of years ago, I had a full-fledged interview with Bacardi, and my baby was in the incubator.
Wow.
Yeah?
Wow.
Those are different type of strength. And a lot of people don't know that because I don't put it on our billboard. Because I did what I had to do. Months after, my boss was like, your baby was really in the incubator? Yes. One of the aunties went and did the kangaroo mom. So I could have sat out and go to my interview. And I got the job. Because guess what? They didn't have to know that.
Yeah.
They had to see me strong.
Yeah.
Right? So what I'd say to you is, find your strength. Find the right people. Be consistent. Work on your craft. Work on your craft, your selling pitch. If it's a product, perfect it, try it, right? Make those trials and work on it, baby. Your brand is a never-ending job.
Yeah.
If you really want to make a brand of substance and that stands out, whether it's the Caribbean, the region, St. Martin, the globe,
It
you
doesn't
have to
stop.
put in the work. It's not going to be an overnight success.
And all you gotta do is watch brands that are out there. Like it never. Do you see Rihanna? She still is get up with the makeup. Like it doesn't stop. Like, and she doesn't have to, but she
could
still
go
does
sleep
it.
for the rest. She could just be home chilling for the rest of her life,
And it's yeah.
and she'll be fine. And her children, and her children will be fine.
fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
but she still does it. So,
So you
more
heard
than story, do it.
Just don't give up. You fail, get up, try it again.
Fear and rejection. Those are the two things that you need to take out of your vocab when you're building your brand and you're coming out as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Fear and rejection, because those two words can determine what is going to be the success level of your entrepreneur journey.
Yeah.
Great. So, guys, you heard it. Like Maylene said, listen to the people that make sense. She knows what she's talking about. So, thank you once again, Kenty,
Thank you
to be
for
part of our beautiful show. It's nice having you. Like, I think this is gonna this has to touch somebody, and
It's gonna touch
we hope
it already touched me, because I'm one of them that's been struggling with my fears to let myself come out, and we all know my story. So
Yes, she is.
it's very inspiring, having one of our own to be able to sit down and listen to you, hear your struggle, and watch your success. You know how much I admire you for what you do, and seeing Kenty goes and goes and goes upon hours. Like I said, Kenty don't clock off. I don't know what she's talking about when she says she just go home and clock off, but that don't happen. So putting in the work and seeing how dedicated she is to her brand and her everything that she represents, that says a lot. So once again, my love, thank you so much. And guys, hopefully this message reached somebody. You can learn something from this. Happy St. Martin's Day.
Happy St. Martin's Day.
Okay, and TINS. Okay, not the EN. So do you want no problem? Yes,
That's
the correct spelling, guys.
Because
I don't want no smoke.
Oh, one more thing. We have achieved 100 subscribers on YouTube over this week. Thank you so much, guys. So continue to like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for the support. Yes, we did.
Okay.
So we can't do it without you. We wouldn't be here without you. We appreciate you guys so much. Tune in to the next one. Love you guys. See you, ladies.
what they said.